We are Mike and Jeannie, and we restore old houses. In 2021, we moved to South Carolina and bought a 120-year-old Victorian house. Follow along as we put the polish back on this Victorian masterpiece.
Today's program is sponsored by the generous support of our patrons. Your support helps to further our historic preservation efforts. For more information, visit patreon.com/1834 Restoration House. Welcome back to 1834 Restoration House, where we restore old houses.
This one in particular, 1900 Victorian house. It's 120 years old. We're only the second owners in its entire history. And we are trying to put the polish back on this place. So in the past few videos, we've been working on bricks, building a planter over there on that side of the porch. Today, we're going to start building the same thing over here on this side. And we'll start by removing all of the old brick, get them out of here, and start to get this cleaned up. This property was unmaintained for quite a number of years, and the ants moved in and built ant tunnels all over the place, and so we've been slowly trying to get rid of them. But every single day we come out here and there's a new ant mound or two that we have to get rid of. So we've got our ant mound destroyer. This is something you have to have here in the South, and so let's go ahead and put some on here. You just sprinkle some granules on there like that. The ants will take it in and then they eat it and then they die. We've been destroying several of these every single day. They just keep popping up, and we'll just keep on it until there aren't any more. Here's a good example of a little crater that they've made. They basically are just excavating, and they take the dirt and drop it out here. But what will happen is over time, if left alone, they'll become a mound, literally a mound the size of a basketball. And every time they do that, they make a lot of ant babies. So we'll just do that one. Here's another one over here that popped up overnight. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. But this stuff will destroy an ant mound in just a matter of hours. It gets hot here in the South, and we just really need some air and some cool to kind of feel comfortable, but we don't always get it. Well, Jeannie was talking to her dad the other day, and he talked about this hat that you can buy, which we have one here. And what you do is you get it wet, and you put it on, and there's an evaporative cooling effect there that's supposed to keep your head cool. So, does it work? We don't know, but we'll find out. So the first thing we do is just get it wet. So I think that's it. You just get the blue part wet. Shake it out a little bit so it doesn't get water all over our microphone. And then just like that. We'll see if it works. A few weeks back, we discovered a V-shaped water catchment made of bricks right back here. Its purpose was to take rainwater off of the roof, channel it this way around the corner, and then into the Victorian drainage system. This is the other side of the porch. We haven't touched this one yet, and we're 100% certain that there's another V-shaped brick catchment down underneath all this dirt. Now, this was never covered up. From the time we bought this house, we knew this was here, but we thought it was a landscaping feature, just something to make it look beautiful. We had no idea this was actually a water catchment feature. What we're doing today is we're going to pick up all these bricks that are scattered all over the place, half buried or fully buried in the soil. We're going to get those out and send them into the backyard so they can go live with all the rest of the bricks that are piled up back there. We have to be really careful when we pick these up because there could be an ant colony underneath them.
We are taking a little break from outside work. It is so hot and muggy. It is miserable. And our favorite summertime drink is almost run out. So we're gonna be making some more. It is called Shrub. It is a very ancient drink from way back thousands of years ago. And it was very popular during colonial times. We have a little bit of our strawberry shrub that we made last week. It is made the exact same way as the one we just made with the blackberries. So we're gonna show you how we add this mixture together. My ice cube is melting. There we go. Okay. Can you see that? That's about all I put in there. We'll try it though. Yes, perfect.
You never know what you're going to find when you start digging around a 120-year-old house. And we found all kinds of things. We found that one section of the water catchment had been taken out. We don't know why. Maybe there's a pipe under here, we're not sure. But that part's been taken out and we'll have to restore that. All right, here you can see the water catchment that we've unearthed. This was buried under soil for a long time, long time. And we came up with all kinds of things here. We found stones, we found chunks of concrete. I think there's some mortar, a couple of pieces of metal of unknown origin. And most interestingly though, we found a couple of pieces of glass. This is a piece of flat glass that's flat on one side and kind of pebbly on the other side. This is a style that was very popular back in the mid-century. We also found this. It's a piece of very, very thick glass, and it looks like it was a bottle of some sort, maybe a pop bottle, beer bottle, we're not sure. But this glass is really thick. Look at that. I wish we had the full intact original bottle, but so far all we found is just this piece of it. In the last few weeks, we've been building a brick planter on the other side of the porch. Today, we're going to excavate so that we can build a mirror image of that brick planter over on this side here. So the first thing we did, of course, was clear out the catchment because we don't want to break it. Now we know where it's at, so we won't hit it. Our plan was originally to bring a mini excavator in here, but yesterday I called up to find out if I could get one of those $280 a day mini excavators delivered out here for this weekend, and the price that he quoted me was $688 all included, and it's like, well, okay, that's a lot of money. So I don't know what caused the price to increase. We may revisit that in a couple of days anyway, but for today we'll see what we can do by hand. Before we get too deep into this, we're chopping out the pieces of grass that have started to grow here. And we're doing this because all the soil that we're excavating is basically topsoil, and we want to save that. And we don't want to have a bunch of grass growing in it. So we're pulling the grass out ahead of time, and then we'll take the topsoil out.
There's another sticker over here. I don't know if it's... I'm gonna get out of the way. Whew, good job. sun is coming around, maybe we want to get the canopy up.
I think that's a great idea, but we have to fix it first.
What? Oh yeah. Our parts came in.
Our parts came in, so
I forgot about that.
let's get that canopy repaired real quick.
Sounds great.
We received a package the other day, and this should be everything that we need to repair this. So we've got a new stick, and that should be exactly the same as this one. And it is. What else do we have here? Okay, this is one of the plastic pieces that broke. It's basically a piece that goes on the center here. It broke when the other piece broke. So let's see what we need to do here. The new one has the plastic end cap here, which is the same as this, but it doesn't have this end cap, so we'll take this off and we'll reuse this, of course. Okay, that now is, we're done with that. The center part has to pop first. Go ahead and pull.
I am?
Okay. Something has got it bound up. The middle arms have to snap up. I'm not sure why they're not.
Okay, there you go. Want to get that one up?
All right.
Ow!
What?
Go ahead.
What happened?
Yeah, I can cut my hand.
Oh. Okay, there's 3 and 4.
Am I right? Hey, I can't set it down. There's a tractor in the way.
That was a tractor?
Yeah.
Can you swing it up over and drop it that way?
I can't get any higher.
Oh,
There we go.
how about that?
That's great.
All right. If you want some comedy at your house, try setting one of these up.
Locks. are ready for our lunch break. But before we do, I wanted to show you how far we've gotten, and it's looking really good. We've had to come down, as you can see, it's been about a foot of soil we've had to get off of here. We are down to the water catchment where the bricks are right here, so it's pretty level that way. We still have to go at least 6 more inches down, but we have hit the clay level. So we got all the topsoil and the sandy soil kind of stuff. We've gotten most of that picked up, and you can see our soil pile over there, which is looking really good. The tractor has been immense help. Wow, we could not have gotten this far without it. Now that we're down to our clay, we can dig our trenches and set up for our concrete footings.
Here's the aftermath of all the work we did here. So the tractor was able to get down into the soft soil and scoop a lot of that out. There's the pile over there, which is growing larger and larger every time we do this. So we still need to go down a little bit further so we can put the concrete footings for the brickwork. Look at this. These are chunks of rocks, pieces of brick. We found part of a dinner plate. Here's another dinner plate, some glass. All kinds of stuff came out of there, and there's probably more that we didn't find. Anyway, so I'm going to put this one down for the time being and go back to the old one and work on that for a few minutes. Now that we have our planter built, we've formed a channel back here at the water catchment, and now it can work as it was designed to, but it's awfully dirty. There's a lot of soil, dirt, mud, and we also have this crusty stuff left over from doing the brickwork. So I'm going to try to dig out all the loose stuff here as much as I can and see if we can't get this cleaned up. So I came through with my brush and I scrubbed the sidewall here, came down through here, scrubbed all this, vacuumed up the dirt. Now keep in mind, these bricks are still very dirty. I need to come in here and wash them with a scrub brush and some water, and I think these will clean up, and you can kind of see a little bit of the color right here, but these bricks should be red colored. Okay, I just went ahead and chopped out a trench on the first line that is up against the catchment. If you look over here, you can see that I've staked this out. That is about 34 inches away from the edge of this, and that's where the edge of my other trench is going to be. So just like on the other side, I'll have 2 trenches, and once we get these cut out, leveled, and this time we're going to do a laser verification on it to make sure that it's right. After we've got that, then we'll go ahead and put some concrete in there, and that'll be our foundation. After chopping with the mattock, I'm able to come back in here with this little gardener's trowel and just scoop the dirt out. We're not going very deep this time. Now, what we're going to do is intercept the beam with this thing, and then I'll strike a line on each corner, and that tells us where the level is all the way across the project. All right, so Jeannie will locate that for me, and I'll mark it.
There.
Okay, good. The thing is super touchy. I mean, fraction of an inch is enough to set it off and make it go off calibration. But we're not building anything that critical, so a fraction of an inch is not a big deal for us. We're trying something a little bit different to see if we can be more precise on our foundation. What I did is I measured the elevation of the top of the brick catchment over there, and I measured it again over here. So the catchment, as it goes away from the front porch, goes downhill like this. If we're going to put a concrete foundation there for the brickwork, it's going to be level. We can't follow this, otherwise our brickwork will head downhill, and we're trying to avoid that. If we make this end, which is the high end, be the control point like we did last time, and we set our concrete to be level, that means that as we go down, the concrete will stay level, but the catchment will go downhill like this, and we'll have a bunch of concrete sticking up. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is make this the control point, and the concrete on that end towards you guys will be below ground, below grade, and then by the time it hits here, it will be on grade. That'll make the front part of the brickwork be level and flat. So now that I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and work on this a little bit. I need to lower some of the grade a little bit in places, and I need to raise it in others, and then we'll mix up some concrete and get busy. Well, you can tell from my ragged appearance that it's been really hot today, but look at this. Clouds, breeze, a front moving in, cold air. Man, this feels good. So I'm going to try to see what I can get done here in this newly cooled air. If you look down here though, you can see I managed to get some of the concrete base laid down, and I ran out of material. But I did go back and start cutting the other trench for the front side of this. And I'm going to go ahead and put a new string 19 inches down from the mark across there. And that represents the top level of the concrete base. And so once I've got that, all I have to do is just excavate down as far as I need to go, lay some concrete, and walk away. We've got 2 stripes of concrete footing poured down into here. All of this that you see down here, the grass, the weeds, the plants, everything has to come out. So we'll take those out, and then we'll come in here and we'll trench 2 trenches along here, like this. We'll come to this point, and then we'll cut a trench across. We'll fill it up with concrete, and that'll be the foundation for the rest of our planter on this side.
Hey, it's looking really good.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. This is fantastic. Our front yard still looks like a construction zone, but it is looking a whole lot better.
Yeah. We have a vision, and it's getting there.
I'm loving it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to put flowers and all kinds of things in here.
Yeah, so we should be hopefully laying bricks within a couple of days once we get this thing down here done.
Sounds great.
Well, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for being part of our channel. It's been an incredible journey ever since we got here.
If you like what you see, please subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. We love having you part of our YouTube family. Thank you for watching 1834 Restoration House.